What's happening here? That's how we're coming into the last block, guys. Rob definitely talking to my co-commentator James Chen too much with all those puns that he was spilling out. Malosh hanging out with us in the fighting game community in general way too much with the toxicity he's bringing. All right, fellas, I like the energy coming into this one. How you feeling, James? I'm Rich, by the way, everybody.
I'm a little shocked over here.
Whoa.
I think we need a money match here between a Bison Bucks match here, or maybe a shave match. Actually, you can't do that with Vicious, so but him and Rob, right?
A hair match is what I've wanted in Street Fighter for a while, or in fighting games in general. I've wanted to see a hair match. I shouldn't be talking because I'm not willing to put my hair on the line, but nonetheless, maybe that's what happened with Kusanagi. Maybe we get the lore later, but I am definitely afraid of anybody who wants to go ball by choice and then try to hunt down. He wants no love right now. No, Rob. We know there was malicious intent coming from you guys. No love here, but man, yeah, look at that Kusanagi. If you're just getting familiar, as they said, man, normally full head of luscious hair, but right now my man is all business. But bald is beautiful. And let's not forget about that.
And you know what? I just want to give you a little bit of lore. There definitely was a hair match between Markman and Jabali at one point.
That's right.
And Jabali lost.
That's right. I forgot about that. Man, Mark's brave. Mark can definitely grow a beautiful head of hair.
Yeah.
He's brave. Jabali's brave too. Putting your hair on the line in general is an impressive feat. But let's get on to the players here that are about to compete. As you heard our host talk about, right? Kusanagi repping Team Falcons. Hopefully he's got the Championship Club boost as they get the back-to-back going. He's going to be going up against Ryuki as well. We heard our analysts talk about a little bit of a character crisis, right, as a lot of Ken players are in. But that Mai has been his bread and butter. That is the ring he has put on, and he is trying to take it all the way to the group stage, excuse me, not the group stage, but the round robin. And now Kusanagi, of course, on the Ryu, going to try to prevent that from happening.
And as you were the one who learned this, Kusanagi going with the Ryu because his father plays Ryu.
Yeah, exactly. This was before Ryu got like super amount of love, right, in the patches. And he was like, yeah, man, I play Ryu because I hold it down for my bloodline. It's pretty impressive.
It's so crazy. It's such a great story. Let's see if he can actually take out Ryukichi here. I mean, Ryukichi earlier, the Mai didn't look so strong on day number one, but let's see if he can actually make it work here.
I love that Ryukichi is taking the charge bands while Kusanagi is in burnout and then get him there, right? It's going to be much harder to press back in those strings because of the additional block stun from being in burnout. That was an expert recognition from Ryukichi.
So Ryukichi with a good start over here.
Indeed, I already set out the OD fireball. I love that from Kusanagi, just backdashing the fan drop. Not going to play those mind games. And again, he's been bullying Ryukichi's drive beater. Looked like he was trying to do it again. That's why you see Ryukichi backdashing quite a bit.
And there's that standing heavy kick from Mai. Always such a tough harassment tool over there.
Man, Kusanagi's recognition right there. They even tried the backdash, knew that Ryukichi was close enough to maybe do something, and now he was far away enough to get that whip punish.
Right now, it's even harder to get away from these fans. Obviously, with the fire shot, you see him backdash away, trying to get away, but he is burned out. There we go, the reaction with the enhanced level 2.
What a response right there. Now locked in the corner. I wouldn't be mad if Ryukichi just tried to force the DI, but instead he walks back and gets completely sniped by Kusanagi. That's CA damage now.
Dude, he walked pretty far forward just to land that. I think he scared Ryukichi into trying to walk backwards. Got caught low, just a little too far away. Wasn't close enough to get stuck to the wall.
Oh, the backdash actually got clipped by the overhead. How unfortunate. Kusanagi's actually burned himself out by doing that, though.
Yeah, I think he was kind of hoping for
the regular DP. He tried to go in on him like that. Hey, regular DPs have great hitbox, hurtbox ratios in this game, and they're 5 frames, right? So sometimes throwing them out, even regular, does come through. I've seen Kusanagi do that up against like drive rushes as well. He's one of the better players at using regular DPs in neutral.
Oh, you love to see it. You always love to see the different players using these tools in different ways.
And man, he is burnt out again. This is wild. He's got a meter to protect himself, but there's a whole lot of projectiles that could potentially stump a level 1 as well.
Yeah, but trying to fight his way out of this corner right now, and he does have the level 1, and actually is not even a concern now. Got all of his drive gauge back, and now it's Ryukichi who might be in danger of getting burned out here, and he does burn himself out because he was going to get burned out anyway.
Yeah, we saw that in round 1 as well. Ryukichi has been opting for the drive reversals, and he tried. Oh my goodness, so smart, right? You put the sweep out there, the additional block stun makes it much harder to punish Kusanagi. Oh, he actually committed right there, but this is still a rough spot for Ryukichi to be in. And the trade is all that was necessary. Kusanagi taking the first game.
That was a scary trade right there. Very fortunate for Kusanagi to get that trade right there. Because, I mean, if I feel like if Ryuki got the counter hit on that one, he might have been able to finish that round off.
It depends. I have to go back and look at it again. Yeah. Of course, Kusanagi, or Ryuki was still in burnout. Tries the delay tech right there as well to bait a reversal out, considering Kusanagi has done a lot of DPOS. He tried to bait him into it again right there, but he was not swinging. Great recognition.
Oh, wow, the spacing on that. Yeah, after the tech, you know you're always going to be at a fixed distance.
How you super kick from the three-point line, bro? That's ridiculous.
Oh, and that will probably be it for this round here. No super meter even needed. Kusanagi up 1 round here in game number 2.
Yes, indeed. Oh, trying to just force the issue, right? Like, literally just looking to assassinate him on the drive gauge, but that time the meaty stuff. Kusanagi got caught waking up being frisky. This time he uses invincibility.
All right, here comes that OD fan. Oh, wow. Actually, it wasn't too bad. I mean, it was kind of a scramble there, so took a minimum damage in that situation, but as you can see, just one more hit and he'd be taken out.
Oh my, Kusanagi, the tempo and pace that he plays with. He's got the CA as well. I think Ryuki is dead, fam. Let's see. Is this gonna kill? It is! 2-0 just like that, my goodness.
Woo. Wow. And that was such aggression at the end there. Kusanagi is one of those players that's really good at, I just feel like he's really good at like smelling blood in the water.
Yeah, he'll force the blood out of you. He'll touch you himself. That's the thing, Ryan. This man is aggressive. Ryuki, though, very low on drive, but at least he's got corner control right now. But yeah, I was going to say, you can't surrender with being that low. Kusanagi's going to start bullying you down again. He tried that Shigeki, but just out of range. Great recognition from Ryuki, and now getting the shimmy as well. Already around on the board. Boy, this match is going fast.
Yeah, Ryuki there taking round number 1. Gotta get something on the board here. We've seen so many 0-2 comebacks here.
Oh, he tried to get him to reach right there. Great discipline from Kusanagi, but does reach after that one.
Yeah, I felt like that was actually Kusanagi trying to be a little more on the offense, but good walk back speed from Mai.
Actually, yeah, was a little bit worried about the dead zone, right? He thinks the DP wouldn't have cross cut in time. Just instead walking forward, but that's going to give Kusanagi the corner. And oh my goodness, bro, hit her in the ankles with the overhead.
I know, right? He punches you in the foot. How is that an overhead?
Yeah, bro.
But here we go. It's still going to be the level 3 here, and Ryuki is going to get at least 1 game on the board.
How's there already been 3 games in this set? Like, these two are playing at a breakneck pace here. I love it though, right? If you got the processing speed to really just force these decisions constantly, it's really tough for the opponent to kind of gather themselves, right? But both of these players, they play. Ryuki was a Ken player before this Mai, right? So he's used to the high pace, high tempo action. That's kind of what Ken's like to do. So because of that, it feels like he's right at home with this pace that Kusanagi's trying to force.
That's right. So just remember, you guys are watching FGDQ right now. It is fighting games done quick, because these players are going on. I mean, I swear there's like not been a single like half second of like no action here.
That's how I love it. That's how I like my fighting games.
Ooh.
High APM, tried to check after the perfect parry, but just out of range. Drive reversal as well. Oh, but the back dash. Kusanagi, he's so active with his defensive decisions.
And got the burnout already here. Oh, but still in range for that standing medium punch to catch.
Well, the nice adjustment when it comes to the punish on the sweep and burnout. Ryuki not going to get bullied like he was before.
Oh, what a sweep timing right there. He was just going for all that chip damage and then all of a sudden found that sweep because he knew that Ryuki felt safer to try to walk away or more scared. So he had to walk away, but the neutral jump is going to find its mark here. Is he going to spend the level 2? No.
Yeah, but he didn't like the routing. It might have been affected by burnout. Now Kusanagi, he's got an opportunity, and what a hezzy right there. My goodness, Sham got Ryuki out his shoes.
And look at this, Ryuki starting off very defensive right there. Very interesting. Yeah, look at this. Just a lot of down back, which is very un-Kusanagi-like, and then he found just the right moment to switch the offense and find the hit.
Yeah, he's got these moments, right, where he's hyper-aggressive, but he'll change up the pace. He knows he can't be too predictable. He knows he can't be one note at this level. The perfect parry into the immediate jab. Oh, that Shigeki Ryuki perfect parry.
Yeah, speaking of perfect parry, one for Ryukichi here, and now Ryukichi. Okay.
He's been harassing a lot with that overhead. Kusanagi able to snipe it out that time. Obviously not cancelable. And then the overhead. That is a wrap on the set, ladies and gentlemen. Kusanagi puts away Ryukichi and is going to be moving on to face DCQ.
Wow. Very dominant performance right here from Kusanagi. And, you know, it's a tough situation. We've seen so many players in this kind of condition, and in fact, even players as great as Mena RD having kind of these character crises every once in a while that has affected their, you know, success here. And I feel like this is kind of what Ryukichi is going through, but I mean, I'm sure a lot of Ken players will tell you this is,
that was so sick.
This is what a lot of Ken players are going through right now, trying to find another character perhaps.
Kusanagi, Ryukichi, you know, he was doing his thing for a little bit here, but Kusanagi just brought the overwhelming pace. This is what we were talking about. And when you play at a breakneck speed like this, like to your point, James, when you're still exploring a character, when you're still getting used to it, it's even tougher to combat that because you're just not as comfortable as the other person is on their character.
Yeah, so much of, you know, getting good online and such like that is just playing the matches and being put into all the different possible situations you can be put into. And for your main character, you've been put into those situations a lot. And when you're using a newer character, you don't necessarily have the answers right away for situations that you know, haven't thought about or haven't had a chance to lab out yet.
The more situations that become second nature to you in a fighting game, right, the better it is, right? The easier it is to react to certain things. It's easier to recognize which option is optimal in the moment. It's easier to play in the scramble, and we've seen it, right? Kusanagi has been dedicated to this Ryu for a long time, and he's just been able to force these situations, and his processing speed is so quick that he often has the optimal choice, while the other person is still trying to figure out the scramble, especially when they're on a newer character like Ryukichi is. But now he's got to deal with DCQ. Not going to be an easy time whatsoever. Of course, DCQ did put away Ryukichi yesterday. Kusanagi fell to Fudo. So this is actually our first time matchup between these two in the bracket.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, although it doesn't really matter anymore because obviously Falcons is the back-to-back club champion, but it is going to be a Falcons team kill here. So which one of these players will be able to go on and represent Team Falcons tomorrow in the losers round robin phase?
Yeah, with the fact that the club championship, has already been secured, this is more like a team celebration, right? Like, whatever, it's all good. We're champions at the end of the day, but let's face each other. Let's see who's the sharpest on this any given Thursday and how it's going to go about. Who's going to go to the next phase where it's going to be round robin and potentially qualify for that top 16, of course. And yeah, you see Kusanagi was playing in burnout, man. He was forcing not only his own burnout, but he used a lot of that pressure to assassinate that drive gauge of his opponent. So I'm looking forward to seeing if that is a similar strat he approaches DCQ's Bison with, if DCQ is going to try to be active with the parries to protect his drive gauge. It's always very interesting to see how these two play it out.
Yeah, and although it is a celebration for Team Falcons here, you know, good time, but there's a lot of money on the line right now for these players individually, so I'm sure they're going to still try to take each other out to the best of their abilities.
Yes, the individual business, there's still a long way to go to finish that off, right? So Kusanagi and DCQ obviously playing for pride, for accolades, to increase the bank, everything that you could want under the sun here. And I'm very much looking forward to this one. As you saw, doesn't seem like they've met in tournament, at least to our records. So yeah, and with both of these way both of these players play, it's going to be interesting to me because DCQ, I think, has his side of aggression as well. He's willing to be a bit stubborn and get in your face and try to be an explosive offensive player. We've seen that obviously from Kusanagi as well. So both of these guys, man, they have two sides to them where they're extremely aggressive, but they're willing to manipulate their opponent, play some mind games to try to get them to overextend first.
Yeah, and I mean, at this point in time, I really doubt we're going to see the JP from DCQ unless things start off really badly. Sure, he's going to be going, like you mentioned before, Bison is currently his, you know, his bestie right now, and that is the character that he's been using a lot of outside of like the Zangief, unfortunate Zangief matches, you know, because obviously Zangief does not like fighting against JP.
Yeah, that's almost the only time we've seen DCQ in recent memory, at least for me, bust out the JP is when it just had an overwhelming matchup advantage for him. So I imagine he is going to be going with the Bison. As you can see, the successful anti-air rate, 45%. Definitely, you got to pick your spots with Bison in the anti-air, right? There's no really catch-all when it comes to his anti-airs. His crouch fierce is good, but it can get baited out. We've seen that multiple times already. Maybe he'll look to the hell attack, but in general, Kusanagi's a pretty grounded player, right? He really likes to force the issue on the ground. I feel like he doesn't jump much, especially against a Bison, but right now, DCQ is actually highlighting that JP.
Oh,
so maybe there will be some jumps in our future if the projectiles and the obstacle course of JP is what Kusanagi has to get through.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Like I said, I was almost confident that he was going to go with the M. Bison because, you know, obviously that is his main character right now. But if there is something that he feels more comfortable about, and as you mentioned, there's not a lot of necessarily records of these two fighting each other a bunch of times. So it would have to be kind of like a character preference instead of a player preference potentially here. Unless, you know, he sees that kind of kinetic play that Kusanagi is capable of and maybe wants to use the JP to kind of, you know, calm it down a little bit, to kind of, you know, force him to try to dodge all of the projectiles and such.
Yeah, maybe this control style is what DCQ is looking for right here. Oh my, what a start!
Yes!
Goes and Donkey get trade at 99 seconds. That's what I was talking about, right? Both of these players very explosive. Even DCQ on the JP is going to be a bit aggressive than your more average one. Love seeing it. He's going to let the departure do the heavy lifting right there. Set up the tick throw. He's got it. He's got a life lead. Sending a... Oh my goodness, Kusanagi full screen, but not for long. Back at it.
Yep, just knocking him back full screen again. And then, like you said, I mean, just figuring out when to switch between the defense and the offense. And actually, to be fair, DCQ has been hanging on that offense for quite a bit here in this in that first round.
And what a switch up from DCQ, right? He set up the tick throw at the beginning of the round and then got the shimmy afterwards. Classic fighting game conditioning right there.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, just putting out the Hashigeki after the whiff. I like that a lot.
And now the pressure in the corner over here. Oh no, too far away for that, but honestly, DCQ probably could have got even more out of that.
Great reactions and discipline from Kusanagi, but oh, the recognition of when the string's gonna whip. Shouts to standing hurt boxes. DCQ, beautiful counter poke.
Look at this, look at all that damage in the corner, gonna set something up. Wow, that heavy punch missed. He pressed it a little too early.
Yeah, rare moment of the stand heavy punch not actually connecting. And yeah, stand heavy punch is a great tool to bully the drive gauge down as well. You're right, he's trying to keep Kusanagi below that 3-bar and 2-bar threshold. Ooh, the notification right there.
Wow. Yeah, a little bit of a close range exchange right there, swinging back and forth with their normals. Nice jump back to get away from Kusanagi's throw. You see how good both of these players are at. Perfect pairing projectiles, but Kusanagi with the drive rush into the Shin Shoryuken.
Big, just a perfect timing read from Kusanagi right there, right? He felt the lull in the neutral just long enough and filled it with that drive rush low. Well done here. And then that's what I was talking about, that crouch fierce from JP as well. Very similar to Bison in that aspect, where if you empty jump from a certain range and don't swing into it, you can bait it out and punish it on the ground. Great stuff. And now Kusanagi again controlling in the corner. Ooh, a little bit too far for that whip, but my man is bullying him here. Super kick party once again. Where the Young Bucks at?
And now, getting a little bit of space, but you see how Kusanagi just jumped over and got back close in, but nicely done for DCQ to get the hit into the Lavushka, into the side switch, and we're gonna see this combo extension right here with the setup. Once again, there, oh, the high-low!
Hit him with the low right there, very nice stuff. Indeed, the low goes coming through when he needed it the most. JP stuff right here from DCQ. It's paying off so far.
Yeah, that very hard to blockable right there. Or actually just Kusanagi just standing up and getting hit by that low ghost, so.
Yeah, exactly right. Like the actual spike does not hit high, but he does have the option to go for an overhead ghost. So it is a 50-50 when you have to react to which ghost is gonna be. And unfortunately for Kusanagi, he just thought the overhead ghost was coming. Instead, it was the low ghost. Got opened up for it.
Yep. All right, so DCQ showing that, no, I still got that JP. This is a character I still gel with very, very much. And that's the thing, is like even when he was using JP early on, you know, people were talking about how good his JP was, and I always really liked him on JP. So I'm glad to see that this is a character that he still got in the tank like this. Oh, the level 1, and look at that! 20 seconds for a perfect for DCQ.
Yo, maybe indeed. Gotta go back to the old me, but instead right there, the neutral jump does get clipped on the landing frames right there. He tried to use that very potent jump medium punch from JP. It's quite good at catching people. Ooh, but Kusanagi kind of low profile with the crouch medium kick, and now he catches up reach, and he's rolling just like DCQ did.
No.
But that couldn't have been what he wanted. Unfortunate.
Yeah, just a little late on that. And now we're gonna get the back throw, so.
What I think it was supposed to be a fireball to cover like the wake up OD amnesia or the level 1, right?
Gotcha.
But he just ended up getting DP instead.
All right, well, the Amnesia's at least gonna push him back a little bit, and he is burnt out, so the Lavushka very scary, and look at that defense!
Immaculate defense from Kusanagi. He's watched a Dr. African video or two on defending against that level 2. Shoutouts, dog.
All right, but he's still burned out, and he's still a screen away. So much chip damage, and yeah, not gonna try to sneak in with the drive impact. Instead, using that fear for the throws, 2 back-to-back throws, and after this, the south of the border standoff right there.
So smart from DCQ. He was waiting. He literally just wanted the offensive drive reversal. He wanted the knockdown to make Kusanagi guess afterwards. What immaculate patience and just a long-term thinking from DCQ right there. That was a real, like, outside-the-box way of approaching that situation. Freaking tears for the folks behind what's happening here.
I was about to say, maybe a Kusanagi fan right there, you know, not being too happy with what she's seen so far because DCQ is up 2-0.
Yes, indeed. A dominant performance so far from DCQ. Impressive stuff.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah, using the target combo right there to get the Denjin charge at the end. I kind of like that.
And then the sweep right there from DCQ. Still trying to build that room, and nice with the check on the drive rush. We've seen DCQ. I swear, I want to call him Mr. Crouching Medium Punch, because with Bison and JP, he's found these key moments to land that button.
Yeah, JP Crouch Strong is one of the best like drive rush check tools in the entire game. Great hitbox on it, big time disjoint, all kinds of everything you would want. Oh yeah, pressing the big button after, kind of trying to throw off Kusanagi's defensive timing. That time, got the chase down with the jump back.
Yeah, might not have thought Kusanagi was going to press the button on the way down, but here we go, Lavushka. He's going to go for it. Oh, that's going to combo. Gets the extension here, but as a result, Kusanagi is not burned out. What?
Kusanagi, I love your decision sometimes, man. That was so sick, just waiting for the teleport and then nullifying anything afterwards. But this time, DCQ already starting it with the whip punish, and he's back to control just like that.
Oh, yep, a little too early, a little too late on that throw, but the spike will keep him safe. Yeah, but he is put into the corner right now, trying to fight out with a crouching medium kick.
Oh my goodness, yeah, Kusanagi, that builds him some decent bar back, those big donkey kicks, and you see that he's making sure to parry afterwards to keep himself healthy on the drive gauge as much as possible.
Yeah, I mean, he's been able to fight his way out a little bit, but Kusanagi has still maintained this corner position.
Indeed here. Just back it up. Oh, nice. Look at this drive rush down. DCQ has been doing a lot of back jump in the corner. This time he tried to get him on the overhead.
No.
Parries the overhead and then perfect parries the follow-up. DCQ.
This is a terrible situation for Kusanagi because he just burned himself out because he was really trying to close out the deal. He tried to seal the deal, but now gotta block the Lavushka. Does he have that defense again? Not this time.
Oh, unfortunate, man. Gets clipped. Now, DCQ did have to invest 2 bars into that one, and Kusanagi was up around. He's got 3 bars headed into this one, trying to stay alive.
Obviously, the big advantage is that super meter. If Kusanagi can find a way to get that, you see how he's kind of holding back on the drive rushes. He doesn't want to get checked by that crouching medium punch again.
Yeah, it's so potent, it's so difficult. And Ryu, to my knowledge, doesn't have a lot of great like drive rush check counters, right? He doesn't have a lot of like backswing options.
Right.
Maybe the donkey kick can do it because it kind of halts his momentum a little bit, or even the fireball, but Kusanagi has not explored those options just yet. They're not big rewards, to be fair.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be a punish.
Yeah, here we go. And now the setup here with the safe jump does get out of the corner though, and the drive impact catches DCQ off guard here. So now Kusanagi with a little bit of the momentum, he is burned out. Oh, there's the amnesia. Yeah, it's gonna.
Oh, yes, the regular DP fast enough to catch the jump over. It looked like DCQ also pressed the button in the air. But level 2 again, he's got the defense this time until the last one. Overhead came through.
Yeah, very unfortunate, but you can see him trying to play it safe. And that's why you do the ghost feints right there to get them to use up their drive gauge, trying to parry a non-existent ghost.
Yeah, it was a good job from Kusanagi. Not doing it the second time, but again, the drive rush comes out, and it's checked once more. Doesn't have the mirror to finish it off yet. Kusanagi living on a pixel. How much magic you got in this bad boy?
Oh yeah, but he's burned out, so not gonna be as easy to punish that. Here comes Kusanagi.
Oh, sneaking in, but DCQ is gonna have his drive meter back now. 10 seconds on the clock as well. It's been a very patient game, but Kusanagi's gotta put gas to the pedal now.
Oh yeah, he's just
So
killing
smart.
the time right now.
Yeah.
And the spike is gonna come down and take him out. Easy cake for DCQ with a 3-0 over Kusanagi.
Yeah, hug between teammates as well. Some of the best drive reversal usage I've seen in a set in Street Fighter 6, honestly. We saw it in the corner when he just waited for Kusanagi to press something to get the knockdown, pretty much guaranteed off the drive.